We're back at it for another edition of Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. My name is Chase Sr., and no matter where you are, how you're tuned in, as always, I greatly appreciate all of you for making today's show a part of your day. What we're talking about here, the Eagles have signed a defensive back, a former first-round pick, and we have some more insight on Jalen Hurts trying to come back from that concussion as he returned to the practice field. What did his teammates have to say about how he looked? As for that breaking news, the Eagles have signed former first-round pick Lewis Cine to the active roster, not the practice squad. Very interesting stuff, and we're going to talk about it here over the next several minutes, in addition to Jalen Hurts. Before we do that, though, this is why you subscribe to the channel, because when there's news, especially breaking news, I always talk about it right here on this show. That's a big reason why we are closing in on 98,000 subscribers, and we're 192 people away from getting to that milestone. The big milestone that we have in mind this year, 100K subs right here on the channel. Once we get there, we're getting that silver plaque from YouTube. So go Birds, hit that sub button, and shoot, let's waste no time. Let's get there with this video. So the Philadelphia Eagles today signing defensive back Lewis Cine. He was drafted 32nd overall by the Minnesota Vikings in the 2022 NFL Draft out of, you guessed it, Georgia. And he played with all of the current former Georgia Bulldogs who are currently Eagles when they were all in college. So the Philly Bulldogs add another Georgia Bulldog to the team. Lewis Cine spent time in Athens with defensive tackle Jordan Davis, who the Eagles drafted in the first round a couple of years ago, Nakobe Dean, the third-round pick for Philadelphia, Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, who the Eagles took in the draft 2 years ago in 2023. And Cine is already with the Eagles. He was in the locker room today. He said it's been a whirlwind of the last couple of days because everything happened so quickly. He was asked about reuniting with his former Georgia teammates, and he said, it's like a reunion. And I do think that adds some juice and intrigue to this signing because we've seen how Howie Roseman has identified those players, how this coaching staff has developed those players, and all of those players on your screen outside of Lewis Cine, who he showed you just moments ago, have turned into high-level impact players for Philadelphia. Early on in some of their careers, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, and Nolan Smith, we were thinking, is this whole Georgia obsession going to work out? Well, here in 2024, they have all played pivotal roles for this team that won 14 games, and they figured to be a part of this core for many years to come. More on Cine here. He's still only 25 years old. 6'2", 199 pounds, first-round pick in 2022, 32nd overall, won a national championship at Georgia back in 2021. He was named the College Football Playoff National Championship Defensive MVP. I think it's intriguing how the Eagles are going to be able to get him for the entire duration of the offseason to see what he can become. And I guess it's not fair that we didn't include Kelee Ringo on that list of former Georgia Bulldogs as well, but this is another Georgia Bulldog in that secondary alongside Kelee Ringo. And I don't think that Cine, of course, is going to have a defensive impact here in 2024. Maybe he could have a defensive impact in 2025. Where I think his impact could be felt is on special teams because he did play 84% of the special team snaps in 2023. He has only played 10 defensive snaps in 3 years in the NFL. He missed almost all of his rookie year with a leg injury that stunted his development, probably affected his confidence a little bit. But I do think familiarity can help him with all these Georgia players. And this staff, led by Nick Sirianni, chosen by Howie Roseman, develops players. And I think players across the entire NFL know that when they sign with the Philadelphia Eagles or they get drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles, they have a track record, the Eagles do, of developing players. They have a great culture. They win a lot. And this is an opportunity for Lewis Cine to resurrect his career and become that player that the Vikings thought he could have been when he was drafted in the first round. And the Eagles have done a great job of maximizing players like this. And so that's why I'm excited about this pickup. If you love the freaking Eagles, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. I love this football team with every being of my body, and I know a lot of you are with me, so I want to see 1,000 likes at least on today's show. Coming up next, Jalen Hurts returned to practice. How did he look? Mekhi Becton, Lane Johnson with some intel there, and Sal Paolantonio with an update for where Hurts is in the 5-step, very strict NFL concussion protocol. Before we do that, just around the corner, today's Eagles Now, sponsored by Fume, an excellent product. You can see for yourself at tryfume.com/chatsports and plug in that link down at the bottom of your screen, or you can scan the QR code right here. Thought it was here. It's right here. Yeah, I got you. Tryfume.com/chatsports. Trade out your bad habits with Fume. 2025 is here. It's time to kick those bad habits, and Fume is here to help you do that. Have you heard that the flavored air category is quickly becoming the leading alternative to vaping and smoking? I know a lot of people can use this information and use this product. It's a whole new movement towards better habits, led by the sponsor of today's show. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device that draws flavor to your mouth, not your lungs. It's a great way to satisfy your oral fixation with non-toxic flavors, free from nicotine or vapor, and it's safe for everyone to use. Its design is also about more than just flavor. It's an awesome fidget tool with magnets and clicks that can help calm anxiety. You'll love how Fume feels. Premium quality, sleek design, and perfect for taking with you on the go. My favorite flavor, crisp mint. It's refreshing, satisfying without any of the harmful effects that you'd associate with other habits. Fume has already helped over 300,000 people build better habits, so try Fume today. And if you order the Journey Pack now using our code ChatSports, you'll get a free Fume topper, an awesome accessory to level up your experience. So go to tryfume.com/chatsports or scan the QR code on the screen right now. That's tryfume.com/chatsports. Scan that QR code. Use the code ChatSports to get your free Fume topper when you order the Journey Pack today. Really appreciate them for making today's show possible here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. All right, Jalen Hurts. He's back. Back on the practice field today, at least at Lincoln Financial Field, and he officially was listed as a limited participant during this Wednesday practice session on January 8th. Other players who were limited, A.J. Brown with knee/rest, Jalen Hurts, Kenny Pickett with the ribs, Will Shipley with an ankle, and then you had Greg Calcaterra, Nakobe Dean, Dallas Goedert, Bryce Huff, and Byron Young, all as full participants for this football team. We broke down this news a little bit earlier. Here's a refresher from today's earlier show. Nick Sirianni said this morning that Hurts will practice today. He ended up practicing, was that limited participant. This is huge because it's the first time Hurts has practiced since suffering that concussion in Week 16 on December 22nd, so it's been a little while. A huge step when factoring in Hurts' chances to play on Sunday, first round of the NFL playoffs, against the Green Bay Packers in the wild card round. Jordan Love, on the other hand, limited in practice today for the Green Bay Packers because of that elbow injury. You don't believe me? Here is photo proof of Hurts at the link. They practice at the link today. Familiarity with the stadium they'll be playing in. Plus at the NovaCare complex, the grass was frozen per Nick Sirianni. So they're on the field at the link with pads on. Now this is Hurts before practice without pads. He was throwing some balls here. And then he did some drills in the red quarterback uniform. And it looks as though he's going to be able to play in this game. And the quarterbacks who went 1, 2, 3 in the quarterback drills, Hurts, Pickett, McKee. That has been the quarterback lineup all season for the Eagles. Mekhi Becton saying, Hurts, he looked great. He looked like Jalen Hurts. Lane Johnson from his locker. He was crisp. He was efficient. He and we had a great practice. And then Sal Paolantonio, NFL insider with Philly roots, saying this today. And we've talked about how this concussion protocol in the NFL, very strict. It's 5 steps. And Sal Pal said that Hurts is somewhere between steps 4 and 5. Thankfully, Philadelphia isn't playing in the Saturday game for the playoffs. If that were to happen, maybe the NFL would hate Philadelphia. Instead, they're playing on Sunday. So you still have the rest of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in order for Hurts to get past the remaining steps of that concussion protocol. Arrows pointing up. That's great news. Can you imagine if the Eagles won 14 games? Hurts played awesome. Saquon, NFL Offensive Player of the Year, #1 defense, and their season ended in the wild card round without Hurts being able to play. That would stink. Hopefully that doesn't happen, and hopefully if Hurts does play, Eagles aren't losing this game. Be sure to give me a follow on social media, by the way. Let's get to 15,000 followers on X. I'm almost there. And then on IG, 35,200 followers on that platform. Put out a bunch of Eagles content on my social media pages. Thanks so much to Fume for sponsoring today's video. Scan that QR code that you see on your screen right now. Use that code CHATSPORTS to get your free Fume topper when you order your journey pack today.